Alrighty. Top of the morning, folks. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing great. Today is a very special day. Today is going to be Thursday, December 30th, and this is going to be Garden Pals number 100, number 100. And, yeah, I'm just going to let that sit for a second. Very cool. I have no life at this point. I'm just doing these all the time. But yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way. It's a hoot. It's a fucking holler. Yeah, we're gonna keep doing them. This is just lots of fun. Hopefully, in the next coming weeks, I'm gonna get a lot more guests, new blood on the show, which will be exciting. And like I said, I got 3 of those very nice mics, and we have a new studio setup going on. So that will be a lot of fun, and I think it will be, it's going to look a little different. But, yeah, number 100. Holy shit. And we've been going for about 6 months now of these here Garden Pals podcasts, these programs. And, yeah, who knew that we would have got to episode 100? But here we are. Here we all are. We're on episode 100, and I've already got the next episode lined up, 101, with a old pal of mine, musician pal. So that will be fun. Keep a lookout for that. But now we're going to slow down the releases of these here programs. Going to do it to 2 podcasts a week from here on out and see how I like that. Mondays and Thursdays, still same time, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, I'm gonna see how I like that. See how antsy I get with only doing 2 a week. But I'm thinking one of them is gonna be solo dolo. That'll be like an hour because I'm gonna comprise 2 half an hours together to equal 60 whole minutes for you. And then at that very moment, the second episode of the week will be a guest episode. I don't know if it's going to be strictly one with me and then one with a guest, or maybe there'll be 2, both of the episodes will be with guests or without. I don't know. We're going to see. But yeah, we're going to test out. We're going to slow things down a little bit, see what it's like in the hundreds, see what's shaking, what's fucking going on here in triple digit land, like my bank account. $336. I don't fucking know. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do from here on out. Mondays and fucking Thursdays. And yeah, I don't know how long it'll last. We'll see we'll see how long it'll last. So starting with episode 99 with Georgie V, that will be the first episode of the new release schedule, which you've already seen, and you've already loved it and told all of your family members about it and all of that. So that's Monday, and then this would be Thursday, December 30th, like I said. Jesus, like I said before, Jesus, look at that. New Year's Eve is on a Friday. What? And Christmas is just some great planning of, or just a great turn of events, I guess. Just coincidences, but that the dates, Saturday for Christmas, wake up early Saturday morning, cartoons, you fucking are going to open up the presents that Santa got you because you've been such a good boy or a good girl. And then fucking a week later, less than a week later, 6 days later, you're going to go get hammered and go drive around on New Year's Eve. Look at that. Well, I guess you've already received your Christmas presents because this is the 30th. Let's think in real chronological order here, Kyle. Let's get our head in the fucking game. But yeah, it's a whole new era of Garden Pals now. I'm excited. Just happy to be here with you. 100, no small feat, nothing to turn your cock at. Yeah, so we're going to see where it goes from here. We're going to see how I like the 2 a week schedule. Maybe it'll go to 3, maybe it'll go back to 4. I don't know. But I kind of want to just have them be a little bit more beefy, these episodes in the hundreds. Just to, I don't know, just beef them up a little bit. Get them on a little, make them a little bit thicker. That's what I'm thinking. Just some thicker casts in these triple digits. And yeah, so that will be a lot of fun. So look out for that. Or I guess you're already here, so there's nothing really to look out for. But just filling you in here. Just filling you in. But enough of that bullshit. Yeah, new year, new digit bracket, 3 digits now, triple digits. Yeah, so we're in the hundreds. I got a new notebook for all of my fucking notes and goats and all that bullshit. New pen, just a whole new year, new fucking me, 22, like that. It's already here. Can you believe it? Because, I don't know if I can believe it. Maybe I can. Maybe I can't, or maybe I can. But either way, so that's about to be January, February, March, and then it'll basically be warm outside. Then it's back to alcoholic season, and that's when all of the best content for this here program comes, is in the throes of alcoholism and just debauchery and just being bad boys. That's where this podcast shines, I think. Maybe, I don't know, or maybe it'll change, and this will be like a hip kind of meta, like, yeah, like fucking body positive podcast. Maybe that's what this will change into. Yeah, fucking right. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that Georgie V podcast. Had a lot of fun with that one. I kind of wanted to delve a little bit into the music side with the man himself, the man, the myth, and that's what we did. We learned about his, first encounters with music, and how he started with the old guitar first, and then now he's kind of venturing into the piano synth realm. And then we also had some fun in that episode too, so hope you enjoyed that. We both talked about shitting our pants. You love to hear that. You just really love to hear that. Believe I already covered it. This was probably a long time ago that I covered it. Yeah, so I guess we could delve back into it if we want. Do we want to? I don't know. I don't know if we want to talk about shitting pantses. I don't know. Do we want to do a shit cast here? I don't know if I want to, but either way, I already fucking said it. We don't want to repeat stories here. But yeah, you love a shit cast. I remember one time, there's a target, and then next to the target there used to be, I don't know if they leveled it, but there used to be kind of a hill back there in between the target and the Quality Inn or the fucking Howard Johnson or whatever the fuck it is up on the boulevard. And we would go, I don't know if we were sledding or snow skating, kind of like a snowboard, but without the fucking straps. But me and a bunch of my associates, a bunch of deviants, we were sledding or snowboarding down this hill. And then somebody ended up taking a shit on the hill. And then they pushed one of our friends. I think it was actually his shit. And then he got pushed into his own shit. So you really hate to see that. Or actually, you love to see it when you're like 10 years old because it's fucking hilarious and it's not you. Isn't it so weird how, like, kids, like, with shit and piss, and like spitting on each other. It seemed like such a normal thing to do. Like everybody's got a friend that they fucking took a shit on or pissed on at one point in their life, or pissed on something or took a shit into something. Really? Or maybe it's just me and my friends. Maybe everybody else does not do this at all. All right, enough shit talk. Enough talking shit for now. Had a good weekend though, very chill weekend. No soda pops, no run-ins with Foleys, no long drunk walks, but a very chill weekend. I guess it was productive, you could say. Did a lot of work on this here program and uploading and scheduling and things like that. And then on Sunday, the Bills game, great game, at least nice to watch. That was Bills versus the Jaguars. Got the dub. What was it? Was it 14-30, 15-30, something like that? Either way, we won. I heard a stat that said all the Bills games that we've won by at least 15 or more points, so that's cool. I feel like football, they always have the most random, out of fucking nowhere stats, just shit that nobody ever thinks about. Like I think it was definitely a meme, but it was like Ben Roethlisberger has never won or has always won the game after a Spider-Man movie has came out or something like that. The day like after, I don't fucking know. It was so niche and in depth, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure Ben. How many? I guess he's a rapist too, allegedly, but who knows? Big Ben, Pittsburgh. You fucking hate Pittsburgh. You hate Pittsburgh out of all the places. Rust Belt. We know this already. Did a podcast a very long time. Well, not a long time ago, but over the summer. With Matt and Justin called Pittsburgh Fucked Me, which it did. It's a very I don't know. It's just a boring, a shitty place. Like it's just not. It's like North Tonawanda if there was like hills in it or something. I don't even know what it's. Well, it's more industrial, I guess. It's kind of like. I don't know. I'd say that Buffalo is a lot cooler than Pittsburgh, to be honest. All that Pittsburgh has is just some bridges. And then, like, the world's shittiest sandwich shop chain ever, which we all know is Primanti Brothers or some bullshit like that. They don't even give you a plate. It just, everything tastes like shit there, and all the people look like shit, and I just hate it. No, but we actually, when we were there, we did have a good time, and we did go to a skate park, and it looked exactly how you would think anything in Pittsburgh looked. It was just like pretty much demoed, just flat, and it was also hot as shit outside, and yeah, just in a very hilly, nestled neighborhood, nestled in this cliffside, lots of high vantage points. And then we already talked about it in the podcast, but there was like this fat fucking kind of like heifer vibe, and she was working on a fucking Harley on the side of this cliff with either her grandpa or her fucking sex slave, and I don't know what they were doing, but they're oiling up the Harley or something, oiling up the hog. But either way, it looked like they were having a good time, and we had a good time too, just seeing what they were up to. Kind of all over the place with this here cast, but it's number 100, baby, so I'm gonna live it up here. I'm really gonna live it up. Yeah, yesterday was good too. I watched, well, I guess this is probably one of the reasons why, I started this here podcast. Probably because No Jumper was like really cool in like 2017 and 2018. Now it's kind of shitty, but back in the day it was kind of more more DIY and kind of undergroundy music vibes to it. Uh, with the I Don't Know Jeffrey interview and the X interview, of course, very cool stuff. And now it's kind of more like sex based, like OnlyFans content, which is pretty fucking lame, but it obviously sells very well since they are. That's what they're doing for the most part, just like interviewing porn stars and shit like that, which sucks, but I'm sure he's making a bag. But I did just watch they had a new interview drop, and it's Adam 22 with JPEG Mafia, which I was not aware of this gentleman or his music before this interview, but and I don't even know why I clicked it, but it said that it was in like YouTube, how it says in the little underneath the views, it says new, so I was like, I'm not doing shit, I'm just sitting here with my thumb up my ass, so I might as well see what's going on with this gentleman. So then I watched it. I think it's like an hour and 12 minutes. Really good interview. JPEG Mafia is a super interesting fella. Still haven't checked out his music at all, so kind of backwards on the approach here. But yeah, this I guess that's just how it is. I haven't musical artist, and I've checked out an hour plus interview of him, and have not listened to a single song of his, and I don't even know if I will. Just not, I don't know, I just don't love discovering new music. I kind of get set in my ways. We're probably all like this. You're probably like this. Unless you do have that ear for discovery, that knack for discovery, which some people do, some people don't. I think there's some kind of statistic that says your music taste gets set in place at a certain age. I don't remember what it is. I guess it probably varies, but I feel like mine is set in stone pretty much with like any rap past like 2016, 2017 era, forget about it. I literally have no idea about it. And so yeah, 2016, 2017 era rap, maybe even before that, 2014, 2015 is also, there's some good stuff in there. Fucking OG Mako and what is it, Shy Glizzy? Yeah, that's like where I'm still at. I've not regressed, but I just kind of stayed in place, kind of get my boots stuck in the mud with my musical taste, and I'm fine with it. You know, I like a good bitch, you guessed it, and fucking shit like that. I think that's just because just the era of when we were listening to it is just associated with fond memories, kind of just hanging out in Tanner's backyard by the fire pit and just getting absolutely, you know, ravaging our livers and our kidneys and all that shit. And yeah, that was probably the first time we ever just you know, sat around a fire and just got blackout drunk as the good Lord intended it. And that's probably why, or it's kind of like maybe it's why they say that, what do people say? Like SNL was only good like years ago, but it's usually just when people were in high school, so they just attach that with things being good, even though they weren't necessarily better nor worse than they are now. I don't fucking know. I'm not a fucking scientist. But yeah, I watched that JPEG Mafia interview, and it was good. I would definitely suggest it. No Jumper interview with JPEG Mafia that just came out recently, probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago for you. And yeah, it's super interesting stuff. He was in the army, and then he fucking moved to Baltimore and got involved in like the hardcore scene, even though he makes like experimental rap music. And he also has a solid receding, very shitty hairline, so I relate to him on that. I commend him. He's staying strong for us brothers out there with the shitty wig. I got one. He's got one, so he's making me proud. carrying the torch. And yeah, some in the specific No Jumper interview, he's got it shaved, which I do, but then in other ones, he's just letting it rock with the fucking hairline pushed all the way back. So I can relate, Bubba. I can fucking relate, but it was good. And yeah, I guess I would be more inclined to listen to a musical artist's interviews that I haven't listened to their music. I'd be more inclined to check out an interview of them first before checking out their music. Because I feel like I would rather sit through a whole interview than listen to like a 3-minute song that I don't really like. And I feel like most songs that I listen to in my spare time, I definitely never get to the end of the song. I feel like, I don't know if maybe you're like this too, but just I always pick out songs that I like, and there's like one specific part of the song that I anticipate from the beginning, and then once I get to that climax of the part that I want to listen to, after that I'm like, all right, fuck this. What's the next song that I can listen to? Very, very rarely do I ever listen to a whole song ever, unless obviously like driving in a car or things like that. But if I'm in control, just sitting down a fucking on Spotify, yeah, I'll probably just listen to like a minute and a half and then just turn it off. And that's probably just ADHD or DVDs or Blockbuster, whatever the fuck. But either way, yeah, or maybe just music is shitty. Because I guess I would probably listen to a whole, some kind of 2016 era rap music that would, brings me back to my as the old heads would say. Maybe I'm an old head now. Old head, old head. That's what grandma porn is. Old head. There we go. Shitty joke of the day. That's over. I got it off my chest. I don't even think it was a joke. But yeah, speaking of ADHD, there was this not like a meme, but it was like ADHD and drinking, and it's like, oh, it's like a little picture of like some kind of like little anime character, like, oh, I'll have a couple of drinks to relax, and the next picture is binging and not being able to stop drinking, and then the next day, and then the next slide is like regretting drinking and never wanted to do it again, and then I don't remember what the fucking last one was, but it's like I'm pretty sure that's everybody with drinking, right? Or maybe me and my friends are just alcoholics, which rightly so. I'm not saying I'm not trying to discredit that hypothesis. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's everybody. And then I don't know, trying to like WebMD, like self-diagnose yourself on Twitter. That's always the best thing to do. So now, whenever people have like a DWI attorney, they can just claim that it is, it's just ADHD. It's just ADHD, Baba. But yeah, I guess we didn't get to speaking of beverages and drinking and operating heavy machinery. Switched it up today. Today is a LaCroix seltzer water, which isn't a switch up, but the flavor is peach pear, which is probably my new favorite. But the interesting thing about peach flavored things, I feel like when you just smell them kind of from afar away, they almost smell like cat piss, which is really weird. And I was like walking through my house and carrying this drink, and I was like, what the fuck smells like? Like, my house doesn't fucking smell like cat piss. Like all my fucking coworkers, how their just natural aura is cat piss. And I thought I smelled it inside my house, and I was like, oh shit. Oh no. But then I smelled my cup, my double cup, and it yeah, I guess peach kind of smells like, or maybe it's the pear, I don't fucking know. Tell me if you agree with this, or maybe I'm just crazy. But yeah, maybe peach pear flavored things smell like cat piss, and I think that that's what it is, or at least I'm just gonna say that's what it is, and it's definitely not any lingering cat piss odor in my house, because it never does. But until I fucking drank this here peach pear LaCroix, that's what I smelled. And that's like a segue monster, but I on the topic of double cups and things like that, there's these really cool YouTube series with Michael K. Williams called, I don't know what the fuck they're called. I don't know if it's through Vice or Fader, but he like goes around and into like fucking sketchy neighborhoods. And I watched one that was all about lean. I almost said promethazine, or whatever the fuck it is. Super interesting stuff. I guess lean in like the 90s, it was worth $100 a pint, and now it is worth like somewhere from $1,000 to like $3,000 a pint. Super interesting stuff. And that almost ties back to fucking the old no jumper era that I was talking about, how fucking it was like Little Pump and fucking he's like 16 years old taking like 30 Xanax and fucking and drinking lean. How did he not die? Well, I guess he kind of died in that nobody cares about his music or about him anymore. But and I was talking about that with one of my coworkers, just about like cigarettes, how somebody can smoke cigarettes for fucking 40 years and not get that not get that cancer. Because at that point, it's like you already beat it for 40 years. Even if you get cancer, I would consider it a dub already past like fucking a dub as in W win. Past like what? If you smoke for over 20 years and you don't get cancer, you're basically fucking impervious from my perspective. So I guess if you're going for 40 years and you don't have fucking cancer, or at least you don't know that you have cancer, you haven't been diagnosed, that's a fucking win that's chalk up a W for the boys if you're fucking going on 40 fucking years smoking cigarettes. And even if you get it like at like 42 years, might as well just keep fucking smoking anyways, because you're fucking made it 40 years. That's so fucking long. But that was basically about Bobby the janitor. He's been smoking for like 40 fucking years. So he's got some wins under his belt, and I commend him for that. So like I said, we're gonna do the 2 releases a week. So this one is gonna be kind of a 2-parter. That's how it's gonna be, the solo ones. So this is gonna be part 1, and then I'm just gonna do another one of these on the tail end of this one. So whenever I draw the curtains on this episode, it will continue on into another. This cat piss flavored LaCroix is giving me the bubble guts here, but yeah. So it's going to be 2 of these compiled together, and so yeah. So that will equal an hour, and then the second one this week will be a guest episode, so that will be cool. And I'm gonna try and ride it out for a couple weeks and see how I like this new format of releasing and doing the podcast. So yeah, and if you have any sort of input at all, you can just shoot me an email, shoot me some snail mail, shoot it to my P.O. box, and yeah, so that'll be cool. And signing off for now, folks. We will see you in part 2 of this episode. All right, folks, checking back in here. Back half of number 100. Back half of number 100 on this fine, this would be a Thursday, Like I said, I think I might have had my dates wrong on the intro to this episode. But yeah, this should be Thursday the 30th for this fine episode number 100. Gotta tell you, gotta remind you, we're doing the 2 episodes a week now, remember. We're going to have one on the Monday and then one on the Thursday. So 2 episodes per week for your ears. There might be one that's a solo endeavor like this, which will be comprised of 2 half hours. So that'll be nice and lengthy for you, nice and girthy for your ear hole. And then the other one might be a just a friend episode, an in-house guest, or just, a zoomies. So just keeping you informed that we're going to be doing 2 episodes a week from here on out, and we're going to see how how it changes my outlook on life, changes my perspective. We're just gonna roll the dice here and see what's going on, but yeah, 2 a week. Let me know what you think. Like I was saying, P.O. Box, snail mail, in the ass, in the mouth, ass to mouth. Yeah, so we're going to be doing 2 a week, and I backpedaled on my doing the news idea. I think I'm actually going to go through with that. I'm going to come through with that idea, going to execute it. I'm thinking that each episode from here on out, well, actually, not number 101. We're going to get to that one. Each episode, starting with episode 102, we'll start with some local news, maybe 10, 15 minutes. I don't know. Tell me what you think, what you want, what you need. Yeah, because I thought that all the news was just bad news, but there's some semi-interesting news, or just some things that are worth being told, worth hearing. So that's what I'm thinking. And just to add a little bit of structural element to the cast, that should be cool. And I'm going to see how I like it, and then we're going to play it by ear from there. But yeah, this next episode, number 101, that's going to be for Monday, January 3rd. If I'm not mistaken, yes, it will be for January 3rd, this coming Monday for you. It's a good one. It's a really good one. We got a fresh face on the podcast, Mr. Docs, Mikey, Miguel. Had a really good, solid conversation with that gentleman. That was actually just yesterday for me, so we did that. And we covered a lot of stuff. We covered kind of his beginnings in music, which was fun. Talked about his new project coming up, City Docs, and some of his music videos. And then we also just had some rootin' tootin' fucking conversation about just bullshitting here and there, talking shit about our coworkers, which you always love to do. I love to do that, at least. That's just me, though. I love it. He said he's got a lot of bitch-ass coworkers, which I can relate to. We talked about me going to my cousin's stag party. So that was a lot of fun, getting a lap dance in front of a bunch of cops. Gotta love that. Spending quality time with the family. And we talked about my mom's friend Jimmy, who's recently homeless, as we know on the cast, and he's got a hell of a set of bow legs on him, that motherfucker. His legs are fucked up, and if you drive past Poppy's Palace, on any given night, you're gonna see his old shitty Chevy there, and Yeah, it's just magical. We had it. Yeah, it was just a really good conversation. I'm excited for you to listen to it. It's probably about 58 minutes, a little chunker, pretty solid cast in my opinion. And yeah, it went by really quick and I enjoyed it. So hopefully we can have him back on the program sometime soon. I would yeah, that would be enjoyable. That was a lot of fun. And so, yeah, so 2 episodes a week. We know that. That's what it's going to be like. That's how it's going to be. Um, Hope you enjoyed the Georgie V episode before, number 99. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, we're going to be doing local news now. That is exactly what we're going to, well, just a little bit of, it's not going to be the whole show, but we're going to have just a little segment. And maybe I'll just read the news off my laptop and yeah, we'll do that. That'll be a lot of fun. But my day's going good. Hope yours is going good as well. Morning, afternoon, nighttime, whenever it is for you. Yesterday you ever just sleep like shit and you wake up in the fucking middle of the night and it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:30, and you check your phone because you think your alarm is about to go off for the morning, but then you look and it's just way too early, and you're just like, fuck. So that's what happened to me. I thought I would be fine, but I wasn't. Because sometimes if you wake up before your alarm, well, I guess there's two different times of two different kinds of waking up before your alarm. One kind, you're happy because you're like, fuck yeah, I get to sleep a couple more hours. But that's when you have the confidence and like the feeling that you're going to go right back to sleep, which is great. That's like the best kind of waking up before your alarm. But then there is the other kind, which you wake up at 1:30 in the morning and you feel tired and you check your alarm or you check your phone rather, and it's way before your alarm. But then it's kind of like that middle of the night tired feeling where you know you're not going to be able to get fucking back to sleep. And that happens to me probably just like once a month, not super frequently. But when it happens, you fucking feel it for the whole goddamn day. And then you can't get out of that fucking tired funk. And I think I know exactly, the day prior to sleeping like shit, or the night of, before I went to bed, I had fucking 2 Reese's at like 5 o'clock. And then I was probably asleep by like 7 or fucking 7:30. And then I woke up at 1 a.m., like I said, feeling like a bag of shit, but like fucking awake, but also tired at the same time. I don't know. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. You've been there. We've all fucking been there. And yeah, it's just it's the worst. And I fucking love sleeping. I'm sure you're the same way. We all fucking love sleeping, taking the dirt nap, taking the long sleep. But yeah, nothing worse than a bad night's rest, because then that just completely fucking ruins. There's nothing you can do that can make your day better when you sleep. Like there's a bag of dicks on your chest or something. I don't know, whatever's on your chest area. Whatever you prefer to be on your chest area. But then that shitty night's rest brings us to the next day. Like I said, very tired the whole day. Kind of just grouchy in my fucking bag, in my feelings. Just kind of feeling like a fucking crotchety old fucking whore who hasn't had any cock in years. That's how I felt. And went to work, only had to work 7 to 12, so that wasn't bad. Just a little 5 hours, but the whole time I'm just dragging ass, cussing, pussing. There's pus coming out of my fucking ass. And, yeah. And then I fucking get out of Dodge. And then, yeah, it wasn't that bad. And then I did the podcast with, Mikey, Docs, and then wasn't really tired for that. I had a very good time. I got to be honest when we were doing that podcast, and I think it will show when you listen to the podcast the next on Big Monday, January 3rd, 2020 fucking 2. The first podcast of the new year, the first podcast of 2022. So, yeah, it will be reflected. The proof will be in the pudding with that podcast, because I know it was a good one, and we just hit it off, had a good fucking cast. But yeah, so then that leads me to the night after the shitty night's rest. So I'm thinking I'm going to fall asleep right away like a fucking light. Out like a light. Not really. I just kind of fucking lay there, and then I ended up getting to bed probably at the same time, or probably like, I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock. Got to bed, and then I woke up in the middle of the night, and I was like, fuck. Am I really going to wake up before my fucking alarm again? Are we really going to do this? And then I checked the phone, and then lo and behold, I'm an hour early before my alarm, so 4 o'clock in the morning. Not bad, not shabby. And I'm like, I think I get up, take a piss, fucking touch myself, and then I'm like, then there's always the thought, it's like, should I try and go back to bed, or should I just fucking thug it out? And I chose the latter, so I woke up, got out of bed I woke up at probably like 4:05 this morning. And yeah, now I'm kicking, I'm feeling a little spicy little slut, ready to go for the day. I feel good. Yeah, I woke up, fell out of bed, and dragged a comb across my head. And, yeah, there wasn't really anything left over to eat. So you hate that when you're up in the morning, you don't really feel like fucking throwing the fucking chef hat on and fucking the apron and the cape. I almost said capron, ape and capron mixed together. So I kind of just threw together a hodgepodge breakfast. I had an old banana that was just a brown dog, and then brown banana, and then I had some raw green beans. And that's what I ate at probably 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's now coming up on 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I feel fucking solid. So now I think I'm just going to become a vegetarian from now on. I'm not going to eat meat anymore. No, fuck that. Yeah, I don't know how people do that. I think Fritz was a vegetarian for a while, but then he switched over back to the dark side, back to the meat sucking side, and he loves it. Back on the meat. I'm back on the meat. I'm about to go to the fucking Chinese buffet very shortly with my wonderful mother and then her friend Dan, family friend, blast from the past. He can't walk very well. He's had like 13 fucking back surgeries. He had one, and then they just keep fucking compounding. I don't know how modern medicine has advanced so far, but this guy's back is absolutely fucked up, and he has to walk slower than a turtle, and he's probably only like 55 years old. And that's really a son of a bitch, and that's just the cards that he got dealt and the legs he got dealt, and those don't work very well. But boy, does he love the Chinese buffet, and boy, so do I. Second time this month clocking in at the fucking Chinese buffet, the fucking New Star. They're going to have my fucking picture on the wall when I'm fucking done with them. But yeah, I love the Chinese buffet. They don't let you do the dine and dash at this Chinese buffet, no matter how hard you hit them, no matter how fast you run, they'll still fucking catch you. So don't think about it. Yeah, the only... But yeah, so, it takes like fucking 24 hours to get out of that slump of fucking shitty sleep. And I think I'm finally coming out of it. I'm still a little bit loopy. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to go to the Chinese buffet and I'm going to stuff my fat fucking face. And then I'm going to come home and I'm going to throw it all up. No. No, it's too good. You can't throw up the Chinese donuts. You really got to savor them inside of your tummy because they're yummy in your tummy. Chinese donuts and chicken on a stick, cock on a stick. Love that. What are the real power players of the Chinese buffet? Let's just delve into this. You got to go lo mein. I go lo mein. The mushrooms. I go General General So's. I don't know how to fucking pronounce it, so go fuck yourself. Maybe some green beans too, the fried green beans that they have there, just the steamed green beans, excuse me, steamed beans, and then, yeah, chicken on a stick, and then just the French fries, just go full American, just the right hook of, French fries. Gotta love that. Love the random Americanized food that they throw in there, because it always tastes like shit, but it's nice just to know that they know, they know that you're home, kind of get that little American, that's what they call me, the little American. But yeah, I love a Chinese buffet, and they have it situated, this here Chinese buffet, that there's like just paper signs everywhere. I hate the paper signs at why don't you just like laminate it? They even do it at my job. Just fucking laminate it, because it looks like fucking dog shit. And it makes me want to burn this place down. But they have these signs there, and it says like any excess food you'll have to pay for, which is stupid because you just eat at your table and then you just go up to the register to fucking pay. So it's not like they're gonna be following you with your tray of wasted fucking bullshit anyways. And why don't they take the responsibility? If people don't eat the food, it's probably because it tastes like shit and they leave a mountain of food left on their plate. It's probably just because the food tastes like fucking dick. So why don't you look within yourself, buckwheat, and then we can fucking move on here. No, but I love my Chinese buffet, and they all treat us like royalty. Everybody's doing the mask mandates and shit, and they don't at the Chinese buffet. So shout out to them. Gotta love it. Always good. I never, it's always just baseline. It's never gonna knock your fucking dick off or fuck you. But yeah, it's never gonna blast you to the moon, and it's never gonna fucking put you in the dirt. They're always just gonna ride the middle with the expectations of the food, or rather just how the food tastes. It's always going to be just fucking satisfactory. Nothing excellent, nothing horrible. That's why we love it. You always know what you're going to get, baby. But yeah, I love fucking Chinese buffets. It's just the best. And they're fucking the one thing that I miss from Canada that I wish I could go back in time and see. Not my dead grandmother, not any of my relatives that live in Canada, my recently deceased grandmother, I should say, thank you very much, or any of my loving, adoring family members. No, if I could go to Canada right now, the one place I would go is the Mandarin Chinese buffet. That place is like fucking Disney World. That place is where I want to be buried. It's fucking spectacular. And I don't even know if they fucking do it anymore, because they're fucking locking everybody up in cages in Canada. They're kind of locking down, they're clamping down. So I don't know what's going on in Canada, but I hope once the borders reopen fully, to something reasonable, that I can go back to the fucking Mandarin Chinese buffet. It's in Niagara Falls, Ontario. It's probably not even 15-minute drive over the border. Like, once you get to the border, it's probably 15 minutes past the border, the fucking Rainbow Bridge. God bless America. And like I said, it's just fucking spectacular. It's a spectacular Chinese buffet. They got everything. They got fucking flame twirlers. They got fucking midgets. They got a mariachi band. They got literally everything you fucking want in there. The food in there is fucking, it's spectacular. I haven't been there in probably fucking, what would I say? Maybe 3 years. It's been way too long, Mandarin Buffet. If there's any representatives out there listening, any suits out there from Canada, from the Mandarin Association, fucking send me a box. It's so fucking good, folks. Some of you probably, I hope some of you have been there to fucking realize just what the fuck they're doing over there. They got some kind of fucking, it's just amazing. And it's just the best. It's really close to the Niagara Falls, Ontario skate park. It's right off the fucking QE fucking WA. Right off the fucking QEW. That's a horrible Canadian accent. I'm ashamed of myself. But it's so fucking good. And yeah, fucking many a times we would just go over there just to eat at the fucking Mandarin Buffet. Just fucking stuff our stupid fucking American faces. And then fucking have a food abortion. Pro-food abortion. And then just fucking go home. That's all you need to do. Well, we're on the topic of food, I guess, in Canada. Or maybe, I think I might have already talked about this, but Swiss Chalet, anybody ever been to Swiss Chalet over there in Canada? They used to have one over in fucking on the boulevard, near the Boulevard Mall, but that Boulevard Mall area is not doing too swell, as we know. But yeah, Swiss Chalet, great place to get just like a nice chicken dinner with some fries. Absolutely love it. What do you think? What would you rather have? I think there's a clear answer here, but let's just vet this question. Let's kind of prod into it. Would you rather have the Chinese buffet or the takeout? So with the Chinese buffet, you got the option of options. You can do and eat whatever the fuck you want. You can make whatever kind of nasty fucking concoction you want. And you also get to sit there like a fat pig for fucking 10 hours and eat a plate, go take a shit, and then stuff your fat fucking face again with another plate. Clear out the stomach. But then with the takeout, I feel like the quality of food with Chinese takeout is of a much higher grade than with your Chinese buffet, right? Definitely. So yeah, I think takeout is going to be the clear W there, but your Chinese buffet still puts up a mean fucking fight because the food's already ready when you fucking walk your fat ass in the door. Pretty reasonably priced, and you get fucking unlimited food for your fat fucking ass. So how about that? But granted, every time I do order some kind of General Tso's meal or someone called it General Chow's. I'm pretty sure it's General Tso's, fucking idiot. But whenever I order a meal from any Chinese restaurant, there are a number of them in the city of Niagara Falls that are just lovely. There's one on 16th Street, which seems to be Matt and Justin's favorite. They swear by that one. They love it. I love it too. They all pretty much taste the exact same, and they all use the same kind of like Tupperware, and their food all looks exactly the same. So I wonder how that works. But I digress. So there's the one on 16th Street that's pretty good, solid, very solid choice, and then there is the Great Wall in fucking Millpine Plaza on Niagara Falls Boulevard, like 82nd, 84th Street, 82nd, I don't fucking know. Those are my top two if someone's got a gun to my head and they say, order a fucking General Tso's platter right fucking now, where the fuck you gonna order from? Fucking spit it out, white boy. Where the fuck you gonna order your fucking... It's like a Canadian guy for some reason with a gun to my head telling me to order Chinese food. But, yeah, so 16th Street, then the Great Wall and the Boulevard, then the dark horse of this here scenario could be or would be Taste Good, which is in the Wegmans Plaza on Military Road. But my beef, no pun intended, with Taste Good is that that's a pretty fucking stupid name for a restaurant. Taste Good. It seems pretty... Wouldn't you just... you shouldn't have to say that your food fucking tastes good. I'm trying to think of another some kind of analogy or something else similar that would not make sense. How about a furniture store that's called This Is Comfortable? That would be very fucking stupid. You'd be like, what the fuck? What kind of fucking retard named the fucking mattress store This Is Comfortable? That's just not right. And they named it Taste Good. But either way, it tastes good. And yeah. So there we go. 16th Street Chinese food. I don't know what the China Garden, I think it's called. China Garden. Shout out China Garden. Send me a box if you want. And then Great Wall. And then Taste Good. Those are our options here. There's also, there is one that I heard rave reviews about. The one that's next to Frankie's downtown on whatever fucking, right off of Pine Avenue. Right off of Pine Avenue. Right next to Danky's, Shitty Frankie's, Roachy Frankie's. There is that Chinese place, and I think I went in there once in my life, but I don't remember who I was with and what it tasted like and what I put in my mouth in that joint. So yeah, I think that concludes my thesis, my end of the year paper, end of the year study on Chinese food. Chinese restaurants in the Niagara Falls, New York area. That's, I think, my essay is done here. I think the work really speaks for itself. I was not too sure what I was going to be speaking about on this here pot roast, on this here podcast, but I'm kind of glad that I, cleared up the air about the Chinese food situation that's in Niagara Falls, New York. Because I think that it could really use some clarification, and one needs to be reign supreme. But like I said, those Chinese restaurants, the quality of the food and how the food is presented, it's all the exact same. And I wonder if that's how it is in other cities, or if there's just some kind of monopoly on Chinese food restaurants here in the city of Niagara Falls, New York. Either way, I don't have a fucking answer for that. Maybe you do. And if you do have an answer, if you're very knowledgeable about opening up Chinese restaurants in, smaller metropolitan area. I don't even know what the definition of a metropolitan area is, so I guess I'm not going to say that. But if you have any knowledge of opening up Chinese restaurants in Western New York, I'd really love to have you on the podcast here. This is an open call to anyone out there that has knowledge of opening up Chinese restaurants. I need you on this podcast, baby. But wrapping up here, we're going to wrap this puppy up. We're going to put this pig in a blanket. This has been number 100. This has been the 100th episode of Garden Pails, and we really made it. We made it here, folks. We did it. Never did I ever think in a million years, when I was just a young boy growing up on 72nd Street, I'd never thought that I would have had a podcast with 100 episodes. I'm sure both my parents were just praying that one day I would put in enough useless time into just recording myself talking to sometimes to myself and then sometimes other people who are mildly interested in the conversation. But no, yeah, this has been a hoot. We ended off on a strong one. And of course, I love everyone that has came all over this podcast, appreciate you all. I appreciate everyone listening as well. I hope your day's going great. I hope it ends great, and I hope you finish it with some even better sleep. Like I said, this has been Garden Pals number 100 for Thursday, December 30th. And like I said, for episode 101, you're in for a treat. Me and Docs, Mikey. It's a good one. It's a hoot, so stick around for that bastard of a podcast with the man himself, Mr. Miguel. And, yeah, sweet. Have a great day, folks. Thanks for tuning in.